I'll never forget the first month I started working out. I was about 17, and me and my buddy just got into the gym. We're both 17 years old, and we're going to this local gym that's pretty small, very small actually. And we're in here and we're doing the lat pull down exercise, trying to grow our back a little bit. We don't know too much about what we're doing, but we got the basics down. We're just trying to get some weight on us because we're both around 120, 130 pounds. And this guy comes up to us mid workout, mid set, and he's talking to us and he's like, "Yeah, you guys, you should probably just stick to body weight stuff for now until you're about 15 years old." And keep in mind, we're 17 at the time. And this guy tells us this, and man, my heart just broke. This dude literally just came up to me. I'm in here trying to gain weight, basically to try to look my age because I felt like I looked way younger than I actually was. That's why I wanted to put on weight. And he's telling me I don't even look 15 years old. And he's saying I need to get out of the gym and just start doing push-ups and stuff because he thinks I'm 15. Like, man, that made me want to gain weight even more, honestly, because it's like it confirmed my suspicion of like I look way younger than I actually am. And this dude thought I was like 13 at 17 years old, and I was like, all right, I gotta fucking grind. Obviously, I'm 17, and I was real insecure, so I didn't say anything. This was like, yeah, thanks for the advice, man. I'll go do push-ups now. But I kept going to the gym, put on some weight eventually, and I learned how to do it properly, how to gain muscle and everything. And I went from 120 pounds, and I bulked all the way up to 200 pounds. And it was a little too much for me, so I cut back down to about 160, 170, and that's about where I stay nowadays. And I'm content with that. But the key to gaining weight, and you're gonna hate this answer, especially if you're a young guy, but it's just literally to eat. You got to eat as much as you can, as often as you can. And I recommend eating healthy foods, but I didn't do that whenever I was first bulking, so I don't expect you to do it. You're probably wanting to put on weight as much as you can, as fast as you can. And I was eating so bad, bro. I was eating straight sugar, fast food, all this stuff. Like my diet, whenever I was at the peak of my bulk, I was eating like about 5,500 calories a day, and I was eating fast food 2 or 3 times a day, 2 or 3, and then I would eat a oven pizza, and then a whole pint of Ben and Jerry's ice cream. And it was, I think I was having like 3 protein shakes a day. It was nuts. But I'll tell you, I gained weight quick. And I was full the entire day. Like I hated eating. And you're gonna hate eating, especially if you're a smaller guy and it's already hard for you to eat a lot. But the deal with gaining weight, especially as a young guy and a guy who's real skinny, is you probably think you're eating way more than you actually are. And I promise you, you're not. Track your food, track how many calories they are, and I promise you're probably eating less than 2,000 calories a day. And if you are, I hate to break it to you, man, but you're doing everything wrong, and you're not doing what you think you're doing. You need to eat more calories, eat more protein, and you're gonna skyrocket. Almost like the probably 90% of gaining weight is eating. At first, you'll get your newbie gains. Whenever you're first getting in the gym, you'll get your newbie gains. You'll gain some strength, maybe a little bit of weight, a little size. It's gonna stop though. About 2 or 3 months in, that's done for. You're not getting any more newbie gains. It's gonna be a lot harder, and you gotta actually eat. So eating is key. You gotta eat to gain some weight, and obviously that makes sense. And people are always tell you that, but you gotta understand you're not eating as much as you think you are. And even if you are eating that much, that means your body just processes it quicker, and you gotta eat even more than what you're already eating. That's all it is. You just gotta if your weight stops going up, you gotta eat more. And I went through this. I would always every 10 pound mark on my progress to bulking, every time I'd gain 10 more pounds, like say I went from 120 to 130, and 130 to 140, those were goals I'd set for myself. And almost every time I'd get there, it just stopped, and I have to add more. And it's just a never-ending process, especially whenever you're trying to gain a lot of weight. You're going to constantly have to keep adding new things and adding more and more and more. It's just a long process, and that's another thing. It shouldn't be a super fast process. You got to be willing to do this over time. It's not going to be something you just start a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months in, you gain 30 pounds. That shouldn't, like, it's possible, but you shouldn't want to do it that way because it's going to be a lot more fat. And I get it. When you're smaller, you don't care if it's fat. You just want to gain some weight because you look so small. You don't look your age. You just want to gain any kind of weight you can, and you don't care what it is. And if that's what you want to do, I'm not going to stop you. I can't stop you. Do what you want to do, but you might regret it in the future. You might not. Who am I to say? But eating healthier foods is going to help a lot. But just stay in a calorie surplus, but really just eating more than you're already eating. The next thing is understand progressive overload. And it's going to help with strength, it's going to help with building muscle, all this stuff. These are the two things you need to do: eat more and then progressively overload. So, whatever your workouts, whatever you're doing, we'll say bench press, for example. If you're doing 185 pounds for 3 sets of 10 on the bench press and you never change that, you just keep doing this 185, 3 sets of 10. It gets kind of easy and you just keep doing it. You never go up in weight. You're not going to progress at all. You want it to be hard. You want that last rep to be a struggle. So if you want to stay at 185, that's fine, but you need to up the reps or do an extra set. So you need to do 4 sets of 10 or you need to do 3 sets of like 12 to 15. You need to up it, whatever the case. And then once you're comfortable with the weight, you need to go up in weight. Say you went from 185 to 195. Try to do 3 sets of 10 again. And stay on 3 sets of 10 until you're able to actually do it. Once you can get 3 sets of 10, you'd go up again to like 205. But when you're at 195, if you're there and you can get like 3 sets of 8 or maybe 2 sets of 10 and then a set of 7, you got to stay there until you get 3 sets of 10. Once you can do that, up it immediately. And you want that last rep to feel like it's like you're not going to get another one after that. That's how you want all your workouts to be. And if you do this, I promise you're going to gain strength, you're going to gain muscle. But again, the main thing is eat more. If you're not eating more, you're not going to get stronger. Or at a certain point, you're not going to get stronger. You got to just do both of these things. If you do this, I promise you're going to see so much benefit. And it's going to be so much faster than anything you've ever done. For me, whenever I was first understanding how to bulk and eating more, it took me way too long. It took me like 2 years to understand that I need to eat more to gain weight. And whenever I did this, I shot up from about 160 to 185 in like 2 months. But again, I wasn't doing it properly. I was eating bad, not eating healthy, and a lot of it was probably fat. But I put on a lot of muscle and a lot of strength, just because that's how my body operates. Like it can hold a lot. I can eat pretty badly and still do it, but my health goes bad, obviously. And that might be you too. But 2 months, I gained 25 pounds. When in 2 years, I only gained 30, 40. So it was like game changer. I'm telling you, do these two things and have the longevity mindset where it's going to take time, but if I stick to it, I'm going to be a monster. Do all that, and I promise you're going to gain weight, gain strength, gain muscle, whatever your goal is. But if you're interested in the kind of content, please subscribe. If you want a trainer, a personal trainer, there's a link in the description. You can have a sales call up and see if we're a good fit. Besides that, please subscribe, leave a comment if this helped. Yeah, make shit happen. See you in the next one.